Saldaña did not hesitate to pursue a career in a male-dominated industry. She believed that a woman's perspective is always an advantage to any industry. Hello, Miss Cathy. It's so nice having you. Welcome to the show called Self-Made.
Hello, hello. Nice to be here, and I look forward to this chat.
Yeah. You inspire me so much. Of course, I've been following you, as you know, right? So I'm really intrigued to understand how you started your business because you're into this big conglomerate thing. Can you explain what you do?
So I'm an architect and a master planner and a builder, but most of the time we've been doing planning and architecture for various projects. And we have been doing this since 1992. Our company was incorporated again in 1998. And ever since, we've found our way in design and in the building industry as a woman in architecture, a woman in construction, a woman in real estate, and a woman in design.
Cathy, like how you became in this position when you were a kid, did you ever imagine to be where you are now or what you want to be when you were a young girl, nagpapantero sa labas, mga ganon?
Well, as a young girl, mahilig ako talagang mag-drawing. I love to draw. And I love to sketch. I was always the class artist when I was studying grade school and high school. You know, somebody needed to decorate the bulletin board. Somebody needed to draw a card for a classmate's birthday. Somebody needed to draw some diagrams on the bulletin board. That was me. I was the class artist. At the same time, I got very, very exposed to my father. My dad, Luis Saldaña, engineer Luis Saldaña, geodetic engineer, was the head of the engineering division of the National Housing Authority, and prior to that, the Philippine Housing and Homesite and Housing Corporation, PHHC. So, and he would take me to the job sites. I would understand how it works. I will see how public housing was being built, and I got influenced by it. I told myself, we could help make housing look better. We could find ways to be part of nation building and still be creative in our work. And that's how I realized that I want to be an architect. But I don't want to just be an architect for the wealthy. I want to be an architect for everybody. I would like to do inclusive architecture. I would like to understand how it is to build communities. I would like to understand it is how to make the country a better place with architecture.
So you mean when you were young, you really wanted to help the community already? Why you're so passionate with that?
Well, I have always been a person who loves this nation. I've had many opportunities to look at options to leave the country, but I've always wanted to stay. I've always wanted to stay not just to help generate employment, but also because I wanted to contribute to nation building with both my profession, my vision, and my talent.
Why, right? What's the real meaning to that?
Well, a love for country was developed and ingrained in me when I went to the University of the Philippines. And over there in UP Diliman, I learned how it is to be really tough. I saw classmates of mine who were very brilliant, but who didn't come from comfortable families. And then you could also see all walks of life. We got exposed in a religious organization called UP Ictus, where we were teaching some young children of families nearby in urban sectors close to the university. We were teaching not just catechism, but we were assisting them, these young students also, with their major subjects like math and English and science. And along the way, I realized that I want to help our country and help our people. And with architecture now and our thrust towards sustainable design, I'm seeing that it's possible for us to have that opportunity to contribute.
But how you started it? Like that, basically as an architect, it's a man job, right? And now you're empowering women. So can you share with us?
It's very interesting because my journey as an architect and as a woman in this predominantly male industry started in meetings, in being involved, in choosing to propel, to enforce rules, to create, to ideate, and to form teams as a woman. And later on, it didn't matter anymore that I was in a field mostly dominated by men. It in fact became a positive factor that I remain strong female because my voice is different from everybody else in any job site or any design discussion.
Being a woman, how you became or become so confident on dealing with the top people. As you know, in Philippines, right, we have this, as a woman, dapat sa likod lang tayo, ganun. But what made you, and all your clients are big time people or organizations, not only local but international. So how you are doing that?
It's a matter of building confidence. It's also a matter of building people up. You need people to support you, and you need to build them also in terms of their character, in terms of being able to deliver, in terms of keeping yourself professional, and in terms of establishing and maintaining reputation, which is important in this field. Because most women here, there are a lot of prominent designing women, most of them are in residential design. So I decided to focus more on buildings, shopping malls, hospitals, hotels and resorts, warehouses, industrial facilities, and in that light, found our space and our place in the sun. And when I stood up in that place, I realized that all beside me were men.
By working with these big buildings, things like, how they believe you? How they say, like, how can Cathy Saldaña do all these things? She's a woman. So, like, how can you prove that you're really qualified to do all those work?
Well, you have to perform properly. You have to deliver. You have to make sure that your commitments are good and that your design ideas are strong. You have to win awards. You have to receive citations. You also need to be written about and be published so that people recognize not just our work, but also our name.
Did you ever gone through, or what is your biggest challenges dealing with men?
Being accepted that they follow us and that they also must respect the fact that we can do what men can. And one of the other challenges is being able to withstand the physical conditions that are very harsh in a construction site. So,
yes, definitely.
like, it's all steel bars, there are no decent restrooms. You just have to manage and understand your schedule and the inconveniences of it.
Oh, that's amazing. So maybe you can speak even in Tagalog, no, to encourage all our kababayan that they don't have to go abroad to build something, build their career, being entrepreneur, or what. Can you share with them more in Tagalog para at least you can connect with them deeper?
Hindi talaga natin kailangan umalis sa sarili nating bayan. Kailangan lang natin magkapit-bisig sa isa't isa at sa mga kapwa nating pare-pareho ang nakikita na bisyon at pangarap. Pare-pareho tayo ng naaasam para sa ating mga propesyon, sa ating mga kakayahan, at para sa ating mga kaibigan at pamilya. Di natin sila kailangang iwan.
So, Cathy, they will say that, oh, Cathy is so lucky because, she went to private school from elementary to high school. She went to go to school at the university. Yes, of course, she can start her own business. Paano naman kaming mahihirap? How can we start? Ano ang comment mo doon? What's your advice to them?
Ang buhay, nag-uumpisa sa baba talaga. Kailangan kang mag-umpisa sa isang punto. Ito ang simula. Ang negosyo ko, inumpisahan ko lang yan with 20,000 pesos. At 3 empleyado, 5 computer. Ang pinakamahalaga is pursigido ka, pursigido ang mga tao mo, pursigido kayo at buong buo ang puso nyo to do what is good at hindi ka basta-bastang mag-give up. Hindi ka pwedeng magsalita, ay, ayoko na. Pwede yun. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy. At marami akong nakikilalang mga tao sa industriya namin, sa construction at sa design na hindi sila nag-umpisa sa mga mararangyang pamilya. Sila ay nanggaling sa buhay na pinagtiyagaan nila lahat ng kanilang naipon, lahat ng kanilang mga hakbang para abutin ang pangarap nila. Doon ako hangang-hanga sa mga ganyang tao at ang dami-dami kong natututunan sa kanila. So sana kayo, marami rin kayo ma-meet na mga mentors at mga kasamahan na ganon para matututo rin kayo. Kasi dahil sa mga pinagdaanan sa buhay ng mga karamihan ng mga naging kong kliyente o kaya ng mga kasamahan sa construction or mga partners na consultants, maiintindihan mo kung bakit ang sipag-sipag nila at ang kasipagan nila ang naging hakbang para matuto sila na magtrabaho ng mahusay, magbigay ng serbisyo na kompleto, na magbigay ng mga ideas at produkto na may halaga at kakaiba at what you call value-driven service. So,
Yes,
important
amen to that.
talaga yun. Wala yan sa kung saan ka pinanggalingan, kung saan ka nag-umpisa. Ang importante sa atin kung paano mo babalangkasin ang hagdan ng iyong mga pangarap.
Oh, amen to that. What was your biggest challenges so far with your work?
Well, our biggest challenges remain to be, number one, there's stiff competition everywhere, and you have to keep doing your best in everything. And then, number two, the pandemic was such a big challenge, not just for me, but for everybody. But what we did was we pivoted. We decided to come up with new involvements in other areas of design and planning and learn new skill sets.
So, you mentioned about this pandemic, right? How about your people? How you work with them? Yeah, they work online yet, but how you support them in terms of financial? Is it because your client continuously, or you lost a lot of clients too?
We didn't lose any clients. In fact, we gained more. And then we retained the old clients that we have, and yet we also found ways to support everybody. We made sure that we talked to everybody, that everyone was included. And during the times when work slowed down, we found some training programs. Like for example, we have some private projects in Batangas that were ours, that we used as a model for keeping people busy so that they could continue to be paid. And also in keeping them busy, they were also being trained. So those were the models that we employed. It was really not a question of survival, but a decision to survive and to make it.
Wow, beautiful. Now, let's go to your personal love story. Being successful woman, how you met Alex? Can you explain how you dated Alex?
I came from a background where I had a failed marriage first. before I experienced the best relationship that I have right now. Nanggaling ako sa sitwasyon na nahirapan rin ako sa dati kong kabiyak at sa dati kong kinalalagyan. Hirap. Mahirap kung hindi ka masaya. Mahirap kung pareho kayong hindi tama para sa isa't isa. Hindi masama yung taong yon. Hindi rin naman ako masama. Pero hindi kami mabuti lang para sa isa't isa. Ganun yung nangyari. At magmula noon, sa aming paghihiwalay, I realized that you can still have a second chance. And a second chance in life is one of the best gifts that we could have. So, yun yung nangyari. I had that second chance. And I became very fortunate to meet my husband. His name is Alex Siegel.
Do you believe in love at first sight, or love will be developed when you're together?
Love will be developed and become stronger when you get to know each other. So it's not just physical. Kasi nung nakilala ko siya, I was already in my 40s and he was also in his 40s na. So hindi na kami mga bata na mga sexing teenager o kaya mga aspiring na 20 young something, di ba? Na ang dami mong gusto gawin, or your approach to a relationship is physical. Hindi eh. Nagkataon, and it is so nice to have been blessed with a person who can be your best friend, your husband, your lover, your confidant, your partner, your counselor, your advisor, my tech support. And it's just we enjoy each other's company. Whether we are locked down during the pandemic, love is a decision. And when you decide, you keep it, you make it, you live it, you make it work, you keep making it happen.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So now also, what's your best message then to everybody, the Filipinos, that we can really work together to make the country, to make our country first world, Philippines? How can we do that?
Kahit nasan man kayo, kahit nasa ibang bansa kayo or nasa Pilipinas, pwede nating pagtulungan na maging maganda at maayos ang ating bansa, isang Pilipinas that we can all be very proud of. Kahit saan man tayo, nasa sa ugali natin to bilang tao, okay? To respect each other, to really support and help each other, magtulungan, hindi magbakbakan.
Wow, Miss Cathy, woman power, so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I am Rebecca Bustamante, and this is Self-Made.